gonna get my t-shirt. Already got my bib from, they mailed it to us. Looks like the shirts are over here.
I just want to... Asbury Park.
I know, people love him, but he's ugly. I'm sorry, he looks creepy though. And this is this bright green too. I like the color actually, but ugly. I don't know when their full marathon
they were only
is.
doing a half marathon.
Yeah, today's just a half marathon. I don't know when their full marathon is.
There's a 5K on today too.
Yeah, there's a 5K, but I'm saying their full marathon. I don't know when that is, because I don't think there's a full marathon.
There's a relay marathon.
They're just like keep the same shirt.
I don't know.
Supposedly they say relay marathon, 5K, and a half marathon.
Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, that makes sense because I saw the bags for the relay over there.
Relay,
So.
yes, relay. I looked it up. Relay, there's 3 days.
Yeah, but I'm just
going
doing the
on.
half, and so nice day though today. I'll see the beach later.
Nice day.
Yeah, the starting line is just right over there. Porta potties. Look at all the people stretching now. They're doing like a group stretching session. I don't know who's leading it, if I'm being quite honest. Again, porta potties all over there. Got my shirt. The shirt was in that tent right there. And then the starting line, there's my dad. The starting line is literally going to be right there. I kid you not. So people aren't lining up yet. It's already like 8:10, 8:15. Yeah, no one's lining up, but my dad's ready for the race. So. I can kind of hear the announcer over there. People are starting to line up now. The group stretching is done. Now it's actually 8:16. So see some of the pacers holding their little signs. I'll admit I didn't train too well for this race, so I don't know if I'm going to PR, but I'm running for a fun time this morning. It's a beautiful day. Like, look at this day. Can't be more beautiful than today. I stand behind this building, but the beach is right there. I'll see it later. Pretend to. I'm just gonna walk somewhere randomly in the road. There's water and Gatorade here, which is nice. There's no corrals for this race, so I feel like it is a little chaotic, but sometimes the more casual races are more fun, right? So, well, I just took my sweatshirt off and it is kind of chilly in the shade. Some water. Alright, so we just took some photos. We're heading back over to the tents because that is where we get the medals. I don't remember that from last time, but maybe it was. It's only been 2 years and I've already forgotten. So. Alright, it's a little chaotic. I'm tired. Yeah, the medals are over here, so. Thank you so much. Still got that dude on it. Still got that dude. I like its postcard. It's cute. Yeah, because again, this race I guess find to be a lot more struggling mentally, just because again you cross yourself so many times. Even within the first mile, you run a mile out and then you immediately turn around and run that same mile back. So as you start to do that, you're passing everyone else who's also running. Then you run in the other direction all the way down. Again, you pass a bunch of people back again. And then it's like the whole race, you're basically just, it's like it's a contained race in that sense. But because you're passing yourself so many times, I feel like it's like hard sometimes in a way mentally, because you see the other runners who are in front of you, the runners who are behind you. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I find that really struggling, that really taxing mentally. So even in it's like when you finally turn around for those last.
Eventually have to go that way.
That's why it's so confusing when you look at
like the map.
At the map.
Yeah.
I looked at the map and it had arrows going this way, that way, around this set.
It is, because depending upon which mile you're at, depending upon which direction you're going. Right. And yeah, it's just hard mentally, right? It's like as you're running and then you'll see, like when at a certain point when you're on the boardwalk, you're at mile 9, let's say mile 9.5, but the people on the other side of you are at mile 12. So it's like, that's really hard though mentally to say, well, I'm only at mile 9, I still have 4 miles to go, and they're at mile 12 who is like right next to me running past me. So I don't know, I just find that really tricky, I think, to a certain extent. So, but yeah, and again, Philadelphia ran 6 minutes faster in Philly, and again, that one has 2 steep hills.
And the last hill too.
Yeah, 2 very steep hills, and like at mile 10.
Plays a part in slowing you down.
The wind is tricky when you turn around. You feel that wind hit your face, because sometimes you feel like you're running as fast as you can, and it's like you're not going anywhere because the wind is just keeping you from going. But
what was your time at the one we were talking about the wind in Niagara?
Now that was a full marathon, so that was a little different. I forget what my time was in Niagara Falls, but yeah, that one was harder. That one arguably was a lot harder than this one.
God, the wind.
The wind in Niagara was real tough.
And it was a second half wind.
That was the second half, and that was a full marathon, so that was 13 miles in that. And it was way colder too that day. Like the temperature was way colder that day, and the wind was a lot worse. And that one had not to talk about Niagara Falls here, but Niagara Falls is so hard because there's no bathrooms. Even in this one, there's not that many bathrooms until you get to the boardwalk, but then all the bathrooms on the boardwalk are open, so there's real bathrooms along this course, which is pretty nice. Niagara Falls had no bathrooms.
I remember that.
I have never seen more people in my life pooping in front of people's homes, because it's a nice road. It's like people's resident houses.
That would complain.
I know. I feel like they should tell the race organizers, you need to get more porta potties for this race, because again, not more men and women, right? Everyone just peeing and pooping on these people's front lawns. But again, that was Niagara Falls. This race doesn't have a bathroom problem, so if anything, this race is good because again, you have real bathrooms along the route. But yeah.
That's when you gotta go.
Okay, so it's been a few weeks since I've ran the Asbury Park Half Marathon, so sorry about that. But just to fill in a few more thoughts post-race as well too, as I mentioned in the car when I was driving back with my parents and my husband, again, I just found this race to be really mentally difficult for some reason, and I think it's just because you cross yourself so many times within the race. Like I'm looking at the course map right now again, but when you first start, you go down a full mile, immediately cross yourself back, then you head north for a few miles, and again, cross yourself back over there. And then again, you pass the starting line 3 different times in the race. Like you start, you pass it again, you go all the way up, and then you pass it again a third time, and then you finish like on the boardwalk. So to have that crossing back and forth multiple times, I just find really difficult as a runner for some reason. I don't know why. I couldn't even tell you. Again, it's just one of those like mental things when you're running a race. It's just hard to get over sometimes, right? It's like as much as running is very physical, it's just as mental too. And I think this is a good example of it, at least for myself as a runner, that yeah, I do find that aspect of just continually to cross yourself to be kind of difficult. And that's funny too, because when I train, I typically cross myself. Like I either run on a track, which is in a little circle, right? On the trail, I only run the amount of miles out as I'm going to run back. So if I'm running 6 miles that day, I will only run 3 miles out and then cross myself and run the same 3 miles back. So in theory, I feel like I should be fine to cross myself multiple times. But I think what it is that when you're running out, you can see the runners on the other side. So for instance, when you get to a certain point, when you're at mile 9 and you're doing the last few miles to go all the way out, like the last time you're going to run out and then run back, so to speak, you're at mile 9, but then the runners who are on the other side of you, they're almost done with the race. So like as you're running at mile 9, and you still have 4 more miles to go, those runners are about to finish. Like they're already in mile 12, almost to mile 13. And so yes, I feel like that's just difficult mentally, where you're like, I'm only in mile 9, but like they're about to be done and I still have 4 more miles to go. I don't know. I just find it a little bit difficult. And just to say too, it's interesting when I look at my splits, even for this race as well too, because I did start off okay, like fairly strong, I would say overall. And then yeah, just towards the end, you can see I just start to slow down for the most part. By the end, I guess I picked it up a little bit more. But yeah, it was just slowing down overall, I would say. And again, I just found it so difficult. I couldn't even tell you why. Honestly. I just find this track so difficult. And to note, my PR is like 1:56:23 or something like that. So this was 6 minutes over my PR. And my PR race is on the Love Run Half Marathon course. And on that course, in mile 10 and mile 12, there is a really steep uphill. Like if you know that course, you know what I'm talking about. Where there are these 2 hills that you're going like basically vertical up these hills. And that's super long, I would say, but they're pretty challenging. And even still on that course, I've still run better on that course both times I've done that course than the both times I've done the Asbury Park Half Marathon. I don't know. It's just interesting when you start to look at the stats. This is the first time I'm really starting to repeat a lot of the races that I've done in the past. Because up until now, for the most part, I've only ever done the races like one time. Like all of my marathons, I've only done the course one time for a marathon. I haven't repeated a marathon yet. And I think one day I definitely will start to repeat more races. But as I'm getting into more half marathons, it's like, yeah, I'm starting to repeat my half marathons. I'm starting to notice, I'm like, oh yeah, I find this course to be kind of difficult mentally. So next year, I don't know what race I'm going to run next year. I'm still kind of debating when I'm going to run and where I'm going to run and everything. But it'll be interesting to see, again, to compare then last year when I did Love Run and ran my PR, this year doing Asbury Park again, and then was 6 minutes over my PR to see, I guess, like where I'm going to be next year as well, too. So I know, just interesting all to say. But overall, I did obviously have a very fun time running the race. It was such a beautiful day the day that I ran as well.
Also to note too, it was the relay race that we were seeing for the full marathon. So the 26.2, it's not like a traditional marathon, so to speak. It's a relay marathon, which I think is really cool because I feel like I don't see that many relay marathons out and about, honestly. But yeah, but I thought, so just to note, that's what the 26.2 was on it as well. I do have the medal right here too. So again, I really like the medal. It's like a little postcard. So it says greetings from Runnapalooza Asbury Park. But I think that just looks so cute, honestly. Now, I am so sorry to anyone who is a big fan of this little dude. Anyone who is a big fan of the little dude from Asbury Park. I don't know what his name is, but I'm not a fan of him. I'm so sorry. I'm just not a fan. I think he looks creepy. Even in this, he still looks creepy to me. I'm so sorry. He just does to me. It's just my opinion. I don't mean to insult anyone as I say that, though. So... But all right, and also, last but not least, there was a very kind person who came up with me who said that he saw my video from 2 years ago when I ran this race, and he just wanted to say hi, that, you know, it was just fun to see, because this is kind of a niche race, I would say, in comparison to some, like, the major races. So I forgot to ask you your name. I'm so sorry, sir, but I hope you had a good race. I hope you had a really good time if you end up watching this video again, too. I don't really consider myself to be a real YouTuber. As I put in the description of these videos, these race videos aren't really meant to be super informative. They're meant to be more of my own race memories and to capture the moment for myself rather than to be super informative. I feel like there are a lot of other runners and vloggers out there who are more informative than I am. So apologies about that. I'm not the most informative person out there. But yeah, so just a little snippet from the race, few thoughts from myself from the race as well too. If you're running the race, definitely have a good time. Keep in mind the crossing back and forth during this race and during the course, but I think you'll still have a great time regardless because it is a good race. If you're running the race next year, I hope you have a good time. And yeah, if you ever see me at another race, always feel free to say hello. But until next time, I'll see you soon.